All right, well, hello, it's Jean with Jean B. Apothecary, my Metamorphosis in Motion, day 35. I'm at the apiary today. I just got here about a couple of hours ago, and I'm checking on my bees. And they are all alive from what I can tell, but they are all, I'm going to turn this around, they are all hanging out. We call this, they're hanging out on the porch. They are hot, so it's been hot. I hope that tomorrow morning when I spend time getting into these hives that they are off doing bee work and not too cranky. But we all get a little cranky in the hot weather. So I'm going to hope for the best. I'm going to get out early, about 6 or 7, probably more like 7, and just get in them right away. So it was just kind of checking in on my daily transformation. Not too much about the transformation, except that I'm committed to staying with these bees and taking care of them. Really happy yesterday that I sold some honey from these bees, and so all the hard work I put in and money that I got some back a little bit. It seems like almost insignificant. But it was a joy to be able to sell the honey and give someone else happiness and joy. They were really thrilled with their little jars, the wedding favors or shower favors. I can't be sure which. So that was good. I felt good about that, and things are progressing. So that kind of tells me a little bit that I am moving forward in the right direction. It's so hard though, and it's so small, and it needs to be so much bigger to be sustainable as far as making a living and, you know, raising kids and having a house and getting a storefront. Like, what does that look like? So I've been doing a lot of research on how do I finance this business of mine. And there's some avenues, so I just have to keep moving forward. It seems kind of like it's insurmountable, almost like it can't even be accomplished, but I'm sure that if I keep moving forward, that I'm going to make it something. I mean, I'm not looking for billions of dollars or millions even, just enough to have a decent living and be able to do fun things with my kids and bring back something to the community, because that's kind of where I keep leaning toward. It's not just about me, it's about the community and bringing health and other opportunities for people, bringing herbal teas and remedies, options that are not the same as what you would find necessarily in any store, really. I mean, maybe the health stores, but I want mine to be a little more boutique and very local. For the most part, well, as I've said, I don't know the exact number yet, but I kind of need to stay a little realistic. So if I could keep 50% of my product local, then I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment. And that's my goal, to provide a gathering spot, herbs. You got to take a look at this garden. It's so good. My mom is such a great gardener. I don't even know. I wish I could do that. Mine are different. My herbs I've got to go check on my herbs to see how they're growing. They don't get as much water and definitely not as much horse manure, but they don't need that either. So yeah, so I'm here. I've a checking in. My dad is, he's okay. He's definitely has suffered a stroke. It's just, but he's able to still get around, and it's just slow, and it's hard for him because he's been feeling old for a long time, but now it's different, and so that's kind of hard, and trying to figure out, navigate how to react around that. I mean, I don't think being business as usual, everything's the same, is the right way to go, but also to treat him like he can't do anything isn't necessarily the right way to go either, because he can, but I worry. So that's something to kind of suss out a little bit while I'm here, but I can only stay. I've got to go back home tomorrow. I gotta be home tomorrow night, and I won't be out here working when it's high 90s or low 90s. If it's in the 90s, I'm not really trying to make myself sick, so I've got to get home. We've got testing on Tuesday and Wednesday. Because of the 4th of July week, things changed and my schedule kind of shifted a little bit. So, yeah, that's today. I had a fine drive down, listened to some books. I'll talk more about this later, but I was listening to some books, or a book on nourishing a teen who has an eating disorder, and I don't know, it's hard for me. It's hard for me because I spent most of my life trying to learn about nutrition and kind of like that right way to eat, and what's sort of being advocated in this book doesn't follow that, but if it brings results, then I might have to say, okay, whatever I think is not worth anything, or maybe we do it differently. But ultimately, this has to be successful. And what I did know and what I've been knowing is that there have been these signs, and I haven't wanted to push back, because you get pushed back on, and I just kind of, it's like the crossing the fingers and hoping for the best. Well, that's not working. So I now have to do more of what, that the hard work of being a mom. And that's like, take a deep breath and do that hard work. So I'll talk more about that as I know more about what I'm planning to do, but there's a lot of change. I'm very committed to what I need to do. So a lot of change is going to happen in a short period of time. I just know that it is, and I can't get ahead of myself, so I'll share as that happens, the things that I will put into motion as they begin to happen, and what I do, and the outcomes, because that's kind of important. If you're someone who's on a journey trying to figure out what do you do, well, it's hard to know what to do, taking different steps and learning from the steps taken. Some will probably work, and some probably will not. In fact, I can almost guarantee that some will not, and hope that some will. It's usually more don't than do, and it's keeping my resolve when things don't that's going to be the tricky part. So I have a lot of time to think when I'm in the car, and yeah, I've got some tough conversations to have, and I don't look forward to it, but it has to be done. And so you stay tuned. I'll share what they are and how they worked out. I won't get into super specific details, because it's not my objective here to put anybody down or rehash things, or I don't know how it's all going to transpire exactly, but it's certainly not in my, I'm not motivated, nor will I feel a motive to talk badly about people, especially since I've always had a choice in everything around me, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like it. So, in my circumstances is what I mean to say. I've had a choice in my circumstances, and now I get to make different choices, or I've decided to make different choices. So there's that. So more to come. Got lots to do tomorrow. I'm going to go and, I don't know, hang out and see what's going on. I don't get the feeling that my dad is going to be much up for talking. I just don't think he feels very good, nor should I even expect that he would or even want to talk. So I just hope that he just, takes care of himself and starts to feel better. We'll see. Anyway, I will chat with you tomorrow on day 36. I'm gonna have to start starting with a number at the beginning of the day and just repeat that number over and over again. So when I get to the video and maybe I'm not looking at notes or anything, I know what day it is. We'll try that maybe. I don't know. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go check out my garden now and see if there has been any growth, or if all of the drought, well, it's not really a drought, but the lack of consistent rain has killed things, or what's going on. So I'll find that out in a few minutes and I'll report back on that tomorrow. So goodbye for now, till next time, see ya.